So it looks like they're actually doing it. Pokemon Go has announced their February Community Day, not the April 1st Community Day, but the February Community Day, is going to be Chansey Community Day. Anybody who has done PvP ever does not want to see Chansey or Blissey getting a little bit of extra added to their move pool, but overall, I don't think it's going to be all that problematic. Here, you can see that it is on Sunday, February 4th, Sunday, like most community days. I'm still a little bit sad that I got my Decidueye PvP IV Deep Dive out a little bit too late than I would have liked to, because that was a Saturday community day. My bad. Just reinforcing for myself and for my viewership here, it is a Sunday community day. Yeah, Chansey Community Day. And then for the standard community hours, you'll have a higher chance of catching Chansey and getting a shiny Chansey. And then, of course, there's a featured attack. You evolve Chansey into Blissey, and you get that signature charge move, Wild Charge. Wild Charge Blissey. I mean, I'll take it, because they could have been a little bit silly. They could have given it like soft boiled and made it like a defense buffing move. And even if it was super slow, like Hyper Beam, it would have had a positive impact on Blissey in the meta, and we don't need any of that happening. Overall, Wild Charge is pretty benign. It's pretty whatever. So it's not making any huge waves for Blissey in PvP or really in gym defense either, even though it is probably technically Blissey's best move in gym defense. There's no real consequence for it using it there. But for PvP, you know, if we run into a Little Cup, a Great League Cup, or an Ultra League Cup where Blissey makes sense, chances are that Blissey is going to want to have Wild Charge. So try to get some good PvP IVs for that while you're at it. And then, of course, Chansey can also pop its ugly head up in Little Cups and in some Great League Cups as being a good option there as well. So I'd say keep your eyes peeled for that. Even though they usually do wind up being degenerate kind of strategies, hey, if it's the, you know, a pretty optimal strategy at the time and you're just that close to legend and you just need that little extra help, you know, Chansey's there to help you out. And then we got Blissey with the Wild Charge. Absolutely wild. Now, there have been some people saying that, you know, this is a super bad update for Blissey, and I just want to highlight Wild Charge is a low energy cost charge move. It does do a lot of damage. Even though Blissey doesn't have a big attack stat, it's still something, and it doesn't have to whip it out right away. Obviously, you'd probably throw out the wild charges and then swap out so you don't have to suffer the consequences of having a lowered defense stat. And when it comes to basic PvPoke simulations, it does double Blissey's win rate in the meta. Now, it is just boosting it from like 2 wins to like 4 wins, but that is still double. So yeah, if I didn't make it abundantly clear, both these guys are pretty terrible in PvP outside of their respective cups, but sometimes they do make sense, so keep a little bit of a eye peeled for those ones. And then when it comes to gym defense, I don't know. I think I might put updating the gym defense tier list back on the to-do list here. People have been asking me for like the past year, and then for this previous year, I feel like they've kind of give up on asking me, right? It's been like 2 years since I updated the tier list. I haven't really felt compelled to update it because nothing has really changed. Like, I'd only have like a couple Pokemon to add maybe, but I know that there is a chunk of my viewership out there that is curious to see, you know, what places where, and they enjoy how I, you know, do the model for gym defense. So yeah, this might be a little bit of a call of action for me to get my butt back onto the gym defense tier list. And then for the other benefits of the community day, the eggs have a chance to have Happiny, and there's a chance that those Happinies will be shiny. I don't know, a chance for a chance isn't really a big motivator for me to try to hatch some eggs here. This community day will be a double candy community day, which is pretty nice. 2XL chance there for the Chanseys. So yeah, if you want to pump up like a super big level 50 Blissey and Chansey for gym defense, you want to take it to the next level, but you haven't quite had the XL Candy to do that, well, this will be a good opportunity to get there. As well as maybe finding the Hundo and building the Hundo Chansey for Great League for the time where that comes up and matters, and you get to be the terrorizing person using the Hundo Chansey. And to that end, I think I might do a Chansey and Blissey PvP IV deep dive as well, just to highlight how you can antagonize these two Pokemon even more when it comes to a best buddied Chansey, right, they can get a defense breakpoint against a water gun lantern. So if you were to be in a cup where Chansey makes sense and lantern's available, then you might want to go in with a slightly attack-weighted water gun lantern just to make sure you get that extra one over on the Best Buddy Chansey. Similarly, Best Buddy Chansey can get an attack breakpoint on Wishcash with Zen Headbutt, which means Wishcash can no longer overcome it in the 0-1 and 1-2 shield situations. So if you were to be in a Chansey format and Wishcash is available for it, you might want to have a slightly defense-weighted Wishcash just to make sure you can just punish people even more for using the Chansey. So like a reverse deep dive or something like that on every PvP battler's favorite pink blobs. And did you know that there are optimal PvP IVs for certain gym defense strategies? Maybe I'll touch on that too. At any rate, that's all I gotta say about Chansey Community Day here. If you got any questions on this content, of course, comment below, let me know, and I'll be happy to help you out. And if you enjoyed this kind of content and you want to see more like it, make sure to subscribe to SwagTips. I'd like to give a special shout out to these Patreon supporters. If you want to support Swagman on Patreon, link in the description. Oh wow, my camera's been off the whole time. Yeah, I'm not recording that one. Hi.